Welcome to Arise Hub webinar. And believe me, this is a revolution in the financial markets. And we are really excited to be on this call with each and every single one of you. Before we get things started, just want to introduce myself. My name is Ahmed Mukhtar. I am the president and the co-founder of our company, and we are really excited to showcase this product to every single one of you. I know that some of you are customers already. You are already involved in our community. I know some of you are potential customers and you are invited to this virtual webinar, so you can come take a look at what it is that Arise Hub offers. And again, I want to welcome, regardless which one of the two that you are, I want to welcome you to this virtual event. Now, firstly, this call is being simultaneously translated in Italian. We do have a large Italian community which is involved in Arise Hub who is attending this webinar. However, the other languages, for example, French, we were meant to interpret this in French. Unfortunately, that's not going to be available on this call, but nevertheless, Italian will be, and of course it's being recorded, so it will be available on YouTube after this call. So if you need to turn on subtitles, then you can definitely do so in your respected language. Now, first things first, what I will be kicking off today with, especially for those of you who are here for the very first time, who don't know what Arise Hub actually is, what is it that we actually offer, that's what I'm going to be speaking about. I'm going to be speaking about the basics of what Forex actually is, okay? And I'm going to be speaking about how it ties into Arise Hub and what it is that we can offer you. Now, first things first, before we get started, I want to just mention a very simple disclaimer, okay? Trading, especially what it is that we offer, it involves risk, and it's not appropriate for everyone. So it's very important that you have some knowledge about what it is that you're getting involved in. We don't recommend just people get involved and without having an understanding and a clear guidance to what it is that they're trying to accomplish. Without those fundamentals, it does involve financial risk. So make sure that you understand what it is that you're doing. We provide an entire platform, which I'm going to speak about, to help you avoid making such mistakes. Past performances is not necessarily inductive of future results. And again, none of the material that we actually are showing you on this call should be construed as solicitation, recommendation to buy any financial instrument or any other platform. So I just wanted to make that disclaimer so we are all aligned and on the same page on this webinar. So moving on, let's speak about what is the foreign exchange market. What is Forex, right? The foreign exchange market is also known as Forex. Also, sometimes you might see it as FX. So whenever you see Forex or FX, it just simply means foreign exchange. Now, Forex is the largest financial market in the world with a daily volume of more than 6 trillion. Now, that is huge. In fact, if you compare it to the 50 billion a day volume, which is traded on the New York Stock Exchange, you can easily see how enormous the foreign exchange market is when you contrast it to that. In fact, it equates to more than 3 times the total amount of the stocks and future markets combined. If I had to show you the foreign exchange markets and its enormity in a graph, it would look like this. If you compare it to the New York Stock Exchange or the Tokyo Stock Exchange or the London Stock Exchange, you can actually see visually how huge this actually is. Now, what Forex simply means, ladies and gentlemen, is when you trade one foreign currency against another. That's what Forex simply is. In Forex, there is something called major currency pairs, and there is also something called minor currency pairs. So what is traded in the major currencies? For example, you have the United States dollar, you have the euro, you have the Japanese yen, you have the Great British pounds, the Swiss franc, you have the Canadian dollar, you have the Australian dollar, and you also have the New Zealand dollar. Normally, whenever you're coming across Forex, you will normally see that we use three symbols to identify a currency. We won't say Great British Pound using three words. Instead, we'll say GBP. We won't say United States dollar. We'll normally say USD. So those are very simple terminologies that is used in Forex. But these are the major currency pairs, the major currencies which are traded often in the foreign exchange markets. Now, when you take a look at the major currency pairs, these are all considered as, major. So, for example, the majority of the major currency pairs which are traded, you might see the United States, the euro against the US dollar. Normally, what we would say is euro dollar. Okay, if you take a look at the United States dollar against the Japanese yen, we'll normally say dollar yen, right? So when you take a look at GBP USD, we'll say pound dollar. So we have a way in Forex, and as you get involved in our community, you'll start to get used to these very small, these acronyms that we actually use. So as time goes on, you'll get familiar with this, but just want to kind of get you familiarized with how the currency pairs are actually referred to in the foreign exchange markets. Now, ladies and gentlemen, foreign exchange is simply the simultaneous buying of one currency and selling it against the other. So imagine each pair is constantly in a tug of war, which each currency imagine one currency is on one side of the rope and there's another currency on the other side of the rope. They're just simply competing against each other. Sometimes you'll see the United States dollar is strong against the Great British pound. Sometimes you see the Great British pound very strong against the United States dollar. Now, what we simply do in the foreign exchange markets, we take advantage of whenever a currency is weak or a currency is strong, and vice versa, and we trade when those currencies are in those specific situations. Now, market size and liquidity in general, the exchange rate of a currency versus other currencies is simply a reflection of the condition of that country's economy compared to the other. Let me give you an example. Let's say today there is a housing crisis in the United States, or there is a stock market crash in the United States. Now, what will usually happen is the US dollar becomes weaker. Now, let's say the Great British Pound, let's just say things are great in the United Kingdom, and there was news that was just announced that something great was going to take place and the UK was going to host, let's just imagine, the next World Cup, and that was going to bring X amount of billions in revenue to the UK economy. Now that news is often good for the Great British Pound, so you would notice that Great British Pound will now become stronger against other currency pairs. So it'll be a great time to take advantage of trading in the foreign exchange markets and capitalizing on that news. Now, news in the foreign exchange markets is often referred to as fundamental analysis. Fundamental is often referred to as news. So the foreign exchange market, ladies and gentlemen, is considered as an over-the-counter or OTC or interbank market. What that simply means is the entire market is electronically run through a network of banks continuously through a 24 hours, 5 days a week period, which simply means you can take advantage of this opportunity which is available. Now, in fact, until the late 1900s, only the people that we refer to as the big guys, which are the big banks, the big hedge funds, the large conglomerates, they were the only people that were able to actually participate in the foreign exchange market. But what now happened was, due to the growth of the World Wide Web and so on and so forth, we are now able, as retail investors, right? People like you and I can now trade in the foreign exchange market. So it was originally intended to be used by bankers and large interest, institutions, and not by us. But now, through our phone, through using Wi-Fi and the internet, we can now participate in the foreign exchange markets. So now that you have a brief overview of what Forex actually is and how it simply works, because this webinar is not designed for us to teach you exactly all the intricacies of the foreign exchange market, but it's in fact designed to just give you a brief idea, a brief concept about what it is that we do. So that's what the foreign exchange market actually is. Now, how can our platform now help you to participate in the foreign exchange markets? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we built a platform which is called Arise Hub. Now, Arise Hub, there's many variants or many things which Arise Hub consists of. There are many, many things that we have, and I'm going to be speaking about those things to every single one of you. Now, first things first, when you get involved in Arise Hub, there are two different packages that we have available. So you can decide, I just want to use the Arise Hub app. Now, what do you get with the Arise Hub app? We now send you live trade ideas on a daily basis, and I'll be demonstrating the Arise Hub app by sharing my mobile phone screen on this call. So you get live daily trade ideas. Who are the people that sends the daily trade ideas? It's our expert educators and analysis. They do the analysis for you. They send you the coordinates of a trade. For example, they might say, buy Great British Pound against the United States dollar. These are the coordinates, and you can simply copy and paste from our mobile phone application. We have diverse strategies on our mobile app, which I will be speaking about very, very shortly. You'll get live webinars. You will get live reminders of webinars which are taking place on the app. We have an entire community. You can plug into our Telegram channel where we keep you updated with all the latest news, insights, and information on what's happening in Arise Hub when you get our mobile application. So that's the first thing which is available. Now, the second thing is you can now go for the full Arise Hub experience, which is now consists of the Arise Hub app and also the webinars. Now, why do I recommend having the app alongside also webinars? Well, webinars is where you can learn directly from our educators. In fact, we go live on a daily basis, probably multiple times on a daily basis. We actually go live. You can join those calls. You can plug into our beginner session for beginners. You can ask questions to our educators. They are very responsive. These sessions are, in fact, very, very intimate. You'll see that it's very direct. You can ask questions. You'll get answers on the live webinars from our educators. So not only do you get the mobile app and all the great stuff that comes with it, but you can also take advantage of the webinars which are happening. So you can have a full-on experience about Arise Hub. So you can get live education, live analysis, and all the rest of it alongside with our mobile app as well. So you can decide which one you want to take advantage of. Are you a type of person that just wants to receive trade ideas and potentially profit from the financial markets? Or are you someone that wants to actually learn how to actually do what the experts and analysts and educators are actually doing, and do it for yourself. And that's done by taking advantage of our webinars on our Arise Hub package. Now, what we have in Arise Hub, which makes it absolutely awesome, ladies and gents, we have an entire ecosystem of different strategies which is available. So we have a strategy called Goldmine. And again, the title speaks for itself. This is where we trade purely gold against the United States dollar. Now, if you have experience in gold, you would know that it's a very volatile market. It's for people that don't have patience really, that want to make, that want to catch a specific move which is taking place, whether it's a buy or a sell, and they want to do that relatively fast. And again, Goldmine is a great strategy, and you're going to be hearing from the mastermind behind Goldmine on this call, so make sure you stay tuned. Then we have Pinnacle. Pinnacle, again, it's very fast. It speaks for itself. It's like really very sniper entries on a very lower time frame. And that's what Pinnacle is. And again, you'll be hearing from the brains behind Pinnacle on this call. Then we have Swift. Swift is more of our AI. It's our AI tool that we have. And what this AI simply does, it scans the market and it simply sends you trade ideas on the app. So it scans the market and it sends you trade ideas on the app. And I'm going to show you some of the results that we've had in Swift over the past few weeks. Then you have Takeoff, right? The title speaks for itself. And, how did the name come about? The individual who's the mastermind behind Takeoff, he was actually a former pilot driving a commercial airline, flying a commercial airline, shall I say, flying a commercial airline. And, he loved the name Takeoff. And again, it's a great strategy. Again, we send live trades every day. He's going live nearly every morning with all our community members. So Takeoff is a great tool, and we'll be speaking about that very shortly as well. Then we have Daily Bread. Daily Bread, the title speaks for itself. We help people, our community, make daily bread, make daily money, daily profits with our academy by joining our early morning session. So if you are in Europe, it will be early morning in Europe. If you are on the west side of the world, which is again North America, Central America, and so on, it's going to be super early for you because it is going to be when London session is beginning. So I see my video just freezing a little. I hope my connection's okay. Can you just drop some hearts if my connection's all good? Do you guys mind just reacting and just sending some hearts if my connection's all good? Just want to make sure. Perfect. Thank you. Okay. So I guess my connection's all good. So again, there are 3 different sessions on trading. There is the London session. Again, London session speaks for itself. If you just go on your time zone, look at the London time. London session normally starts 8 a.m. Then you have the New York session, which starts at 8 a.m. New York time. Then you have the Tokyo session. This is why it's a 24/5 market which takes place. And that's what Daily Bread simply is. So ladies and gents, what I want to do before I hand it over to our experts and our educators, and you get to hear from them and their strategy and some of the great results that we've had, I want to briefly just speak about our Arise Hub mobile app. Really, it's kind of like the all-in-one mobile application that you need to really take advantage of the financial markets. And I'm going to be showcasing the app to you, how it works, what it does, how to use it, how to utilize it to your advantage. I'm going to be speaking about all of that to you. Now, one thing I will mention is so again, you can download this on your Google Play Store. You can also download it on your Apple Store as well. Now, one thing I will mention, we recently updated our Arise Hub mobile app interface. Now, that new interface is already live on iPhone, so you can already see it probably on your phone if you're already a community member. However, on Android, we have deployed the changes already on the Google Play Store, but we're just waiting for approval on Google Play Store. That can happen anytime. probably within the next 24 hours, and that interface will automatically be updated on the Google Play Store. You can still download the app, but you'll just be using our old interface, which is still good, but the new interface will be available within the next 24 hours. So if you have auto update on your Google Play Store, it will automatically update when it's available within the next 24 hours. And if it's not, we're going to send a communication on our Arise Hub Telegram channel, which will be posted on the chat very, very shortly. And you can get live communication when it's live on our Telegram channel. So I just wanted to put that out there. But right now, Android users, you can still download Arise Hub from your Android store with no issues. And you have our old interface, which is still very, very good. Okay, so just wanted to, make that clear. So let me join the Zoom from my phone. Oops, let me disable the audio. There you go. Okay, perfect. So I've disabled the audio. I am now tuned in from my mobile phone. Okay, so let me just share my mobile phone screen, and hopefully everyone will be able to see my mobile phone. Okay, perfect. So everyone can see my screen. So let me go on to Arise Hub. Okay, there we go. Right. So we're on the Arise Hub screen. Okay. So let me just walk you through our mobile application. And I listen, I absolutely love the new look and feel of Arise Hub, and I'm sure most of you will agree. So let me just walk you through. Whenever a trade idea is sent, you will simply get a notification on your phone saying GBP, USD, whatever it is, sent on Arise Hub. You can simply just tap onto that, and now it will bring you in to the homepage. So right now you can see these are the live trades we have running today. So these are all trades that were sent today. In fact, you can see the date. This one was sent on the 15th, which is today. This one was sent on the 15th, and this one was sent on the 15th. And this is using UK time zone. So this was sent at 2:27 UK time. And what our educators simply said, which is Takeoff, you can see this was sent by Takeoff. They simply said, buy Great British Pound against the United States dollar. Okay, that's what they simply said. So what will happen? You will receive that trade. You can simply just tap onto it. Just tap anywhere in the middle, guys. Again, just tap straight in the middle. If you tap straight in the middle, it will just take you onto the trade. And now what you can simply do, you can see the entry price, and you will also be able to see what the current price as well is. So the app is being fed the live market price, and you can see when to enter. Okay, so you can enter that trade. You can copy all the take profits. So you can literally press copy. Okay, so as soon as you press copy, you can see copied will come on your screen. You can copy the SL, and you can add that to your trading platform, whether you're using MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5, or whether you're using a platform which your broker provides. It's as simple as that, right? So you can copy and paste the trades that we send. So look, I'll just give you an example. If you took this trade today, it's already done 22 pips in profits. Pip simply means price in percentage, okay? Or some people even say price in profit, right? So I just simply say it's price in percentage. So you can already see this has already done TP1, and the aim for this trade is to do 132 pips. Okay, so you can simply enter this trade and you would have already banked 22 pips. And currently it's actually running at plus 31 pips profit. Then again, Takeoff also sent the US dollar against Canadian dollar, and this has already done TP1 as well. It's currently running at, now it's almost back at entries zone, but you can see it's already done 22 pips in profit. And that's already, and it is going for a risk to reward of 1 to 7. Okay, so you can kind of see 17 pip stop loss, and the overall final take profit is 129 pips. Then again, today we had GBP USD sell, which was sent earlier in the day at 11:31. And again, that was a sell which was sent by Swift, and that already did take profit 1. It did take profit 2 already. So it already banked 54 pips. And the overall target is 84 pips. So you can imagine by now, 90% of that trade would have been closed in profit at take profit 2. Now, again, if I go on notifications, I can now see all the notifications that were sent today. So I can see Pinnacle sent a notification at 7:05. You can see whenever there's a webinar going live, you can see the details are sent on the channel. If you want to see the flyer, you can actually click on the flyer and the flyer would now enlarge. Let's say if you want to send it to someone, you can screenshot this and just send it to your team if you want to. And if you want to swipe out the flyer, just simply swipe down, okay? And that will just simply swipe out. So you can actually see the flyers as well. And now you can see everything else that was done on the app. You can see the take profit for Takeoff's trade was done at 329, the take profit at USD CAD, the take profit which was sent. And you can actually click onto these as well. So if you want to, let's say if I click onto it, so let's say, for example, I can see USD CAD, which Takeoff sent, did 22 pips. I can actually click onto that notification and it will actually take me into the trade, okay? So you can actually see TP1, 22 pips done on USD CAD, okay? Then I can go back, it will take me back to the notification screen and so on and so forth, right? So you can see all the notifications that were sent out. You can see it on your notification center. And again, whenever there's a webinar going live, we send a notification for those people that are subscribed to webinars and the app. We send you a notification saying webinar about to go live. You can log in from your members area to get the Zoom details of that specific webinar. And again, if you want to click on the flyer, I can click on this flyer. It will enlarge on my phone. You can see Daily Bread. This was this morning at 8 a.m. UK time. And again, I can swipe down to disable, that flyer view. So again, you can see all the notification historically directly from the notifications center. So I've spoken about the home screen. I've spoken about the notification. Now, here's one thing I will tell you, okay, ladies and gents, we are feeding the live market price on the app using API, okay? So we feed live market price for any currency we send on the app. If you ever see your app slowing down or the live market price is appearing as zero, it just simply means you just need to refresh it. How do you refresh? Can you guys see the refresh button at the top? Just simply look, press that. You will see the live market price goes to zero and then it feeds back in again. It's as simple as that. Or if you don't want to press the refresh button, just swipe down and the app will simply refresh itself, okay? So it's just as simple as that. But if you just press the refresh button, it just refreshes the live market price very, very simply, okay? So I'll just press it again just to show you. When I press it, you'll see that the coordinates will go to zero. So I'll press it now. You can see that the coordinates is zero, and then the live market price feeds in again. So very, very simple, okay? So there's a few other cool functionalities you can actually do. If I click on the bell icon, which is the notifications tab on the top, I can now click onto that. And can you see where it says notification control? I can click on notifications control. And now I can enable or disable who I want to get notifications from. So if I wanted to get notifications just from Takeoff, I would just leave Takeoff on and I will turn off the rest. If I want to get it from everyone, which I do, I like to keep it on. But this is very good for those people that are following specific strategies. Like I've seen people that only follow Goldmine. So they might want to disable everything else and just leave Goldmine on. I've seen people that only follow Takeoff. They can leave everything off and leave Takeoff on. So it's just as simple as that. You have these notification control, so you're not getting notifications from something you're not interested in. What I would simply recommend is make sure if you are using our trade ideas, make sure you are following one strategy on one account. Here's what that means. Overall, at the end of the month, when that strategy does well, you do well. But if you're taking trades from everyone, you're just simply increasing your risk size, your risk amount. And I'll just give you an example. Just imagine all of these trades today, they did well. But what if they didn't? And you're taking trades from everyone, then you're going to have a very, very bad day. So my advice, just follow one strategy with one account. If you want to follow all the strategies, that's fine. Just make sure that you use one different account for each strategy. So that way you can follow that strategy to the T. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. Now on the bottom, you have some tabs. Okay. You have trade ideas, then you have our strategies. Let's go on our strategies. What does our strategies do? It shows you our strategies and the results that they have made. Okay. The results that they are producing. So you have the results weekly. We'll start off by weekly. So you can see just this week. So our week starts on Monday. So from Monday up until now, Goldmine, which is ranked as number 1 this week, has done 201 pips and lost 0 pips. Okay. Then you can see Takeoff, right? Takeoff has done 186 pips and it's lost 62. Then you can see Swift has done 150 pips gain and lost 45. Now, what you can also do is you see the sort here? You can now sort these results however you want. So you can sort it by rank, which is the default, is currently at rank 1, 2, and 3. But you can also do it by, you can say, okay, you know what? Who has gained the most pips? You can do it by that. And of course, Goldmine is the strategy that has gained the most. And you can also do it by who has lost the most pips. So if I now click on pips lost, now what it will do, it will sort it by who lost the most pips. So whoever lost the most pips is Takeoff, then is Swift, and then is Goldmine, because Goldmine has lost 0 pips. Then you can also sort it by success rate. What's the success rate? If you do it by success rate, you can see Goldmine is number 1, Swift is number 2, and Takeoff is number 3. Success rate simply means the percentage of pips won against the percentage of pips lost. So you can use that sort button to sort things out accordingly. Now that's weekly, but you can also take a look at what's happened since August the 1st until now. Our month starts from the 1st until the last day of the month. So if we click on monthly, ladies and gentlemen, you can now see Takeoff is the strategy that has gained the most pips this month. It's done 1,352 and it's lost 266. You can see Goldmine is second and then Swift is third. Now, again, you can sort it depending on what you are looking for. You might say to yourself, okay, you know what? I want to see it based on who has the best, which strategy has the best success rate for this month. So if I click on success rate, you can now see Goldmine has the best success rate this month. Why? It's gained the 521 pips and it's lost 70 pips. Then it's Swift, and then it's Takeoff. You can do it by who has lost the most pips this month. And again, it will sort it based on that. And you can say, okay, who has gained the most pips? And then you can see it will show you the strategy that has gained the most pips. Then now you can even go to all time. This is from when the strategy began up until today. So if I click on all, ladies and gentlemen, you can now see Takeoff is number 1. It's done 7,000 pips and it's lost 1,977. Then it's Goldmine, which has done 6,123 and lost 796. Then it's Swift, which has won 2,772 and lost 775. But you can again sort it. You can say, okay, all time, who has the best success rate based on ratio of pips won against pips lost? If I go success rate, you will now see Goldmine is number 1 because it's gained 6,000 pips but only lost 796 pips. And again, you can do it based on success rate. You can do it based on pips lost, pips gained, etc., etc. So that's what our strategies do. It allows you to dive into detail of each strategy. Now, here's where it gets very interesting because we are very, very transparent with our results. You can click into Goldmine. So I can show you. I'm going to click into Goldmine. Just press it, okay? And now I can literally look at everything in Goldmine in detail. I can see the pips gained on the top, 6,123, and it's lost 796. You can see the success rate of Goldmine is 88%. It's won 105 trades have won in Goldmine, and it's lost 16 trades only. Okay, so it's sent a total of 121 trades. Out of the 121 trades, 105 trades have hit take profit, and 16 trades only has hit stop loss. So there's a win percentage of 88%. Now you can investigate further every trade Goldmine has sent. So can you see where it says trade ideas? If I click on trade ideas, it will now load up all the historical trades that Goldmine has sent. So you can now see the last trade Goldmine sent was on the 14th, which was yesterday. You can go onto that trade. You can literally press the middle of that trade. It will open up that trade for you. You can see that trade did 51 pips. It did TP1, TP2, and it never hit stop loss. And you can see take profit 2 was one at 51 pips. And you can go back and you can keep scrolling and you can look at all the historical trades that Goldmine has sent. In fact, let me just show you. I'm going to go all the way down and show you the first trade, ladies and gentlemen, that was sent on Goldmine was the 6th of February, 2024. So February, I can go on February's trade and I can see Goldmine sent a trade in February, which did 21 pips, which was the first ever trade sent on the app, and so on and so forth. You can look at every single trade for yourself historically to investigate the strategy that you want to follow further. So it's absolutely incredible that you can actually do this. I can do the same thing for Takeoff, right? Takeoff, in fact, is the longest strategy that we've had at Arise Hub. And you can see, well, the longest recorded strategy that we've had in Arise Hub is done 7,000 pips total wins, 1,977 losses. And it's had 78% win ratio, 78% win ratio. Again, if I want to look at all the trades ideas that Takeoff has sent, you can see all the trades ideas historically, and I can keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling until I get all the way to the bottom. And you can see the first trade that Takeoff sent was on the 6th of June, 2023. You can literally click on that trade and you can see everything. You can see that trade, how many pips it did. You can see the markup on that trade. If I can click on the analysis, I can zoom in. What was the trade? They sent their trading view, and everything's transparent, available for you. And you can just swipe down to get rid of any single image. So again, you have all these great functionalities available on Arise Hub. So I hope our strategies make sense. Now you have content library. Okay. So content library, again, you have all these videos. So basic Forex education, why trade Forex, how to use leverage, all of that as part of our first set of videos on basic Forex education. Then you have timing in Forex. That's another group of videos. Then you have understanding candlesticks. Then you have Fibonacci. Then you have chart formation patterns, and the list goes on. There are hundreds, in fact, around 150 videos in our content library. Now, here's what we recently released, okay? You can actually, can you see language says English? If I just click on the languages, I can now change the language I want to watch the video in. So I can change it to French. I can change it to Spanish. I can also change it to Italian. Let me give you guys an example. I'm going to change it to Spanish. Now, unfortunately, when I change it to Spanish, the text doesn't change, unfortunately, right? We have not done that yet. However, the video changes. So someone can click on Basic Forex Education, even though the text is in English. But if they click on Why Trade Forex, you would now see this video, it would now be in Spanish. So let me click on this video and I'll just show you what I mean.
Educación básica en Forex. Lección 1. ¿Por qué operar con Forex? Negociando en Forex, también conocido como el mercado de divisas. Forex es el mercado donde una moneda se negocia.
Okay, so I think you will get the gist. And again, you have all these videos in Spanish, French, Italian, and so on and so forth. So again, that's our content library. You can learn on the go, which is really, really cool. Then you have profile. And again, this is what you can do, basic things such as add a profile picture if you want. You can see things like account settings. You can change your password, etc., etc. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to point you to something which is calculator. Okay, you can see the calculator here, but you can also see the calculator in trade ideas as well. Can you see where it says lot calculator? You can click on the lot calculator, and what it's designed to do is to simply tell you how much in each trade should one risk. So what you simply do is we have only GBP accounts and USD accounts because those are the account, those are the initial funds that people always tend to use whenever they're trading. So those are the two that we have available. Most people use USD accounts. So if I click on USD, I just simply put my account balance. So let's say I've got an account balance of 1,000. I simply put 1,000. And now I simply say, okay, on this specific trade, I only want to risk 2% of my account. The stop loss, right, is 30 pips, let's just say, because I've seen it on the trade, for example. So the stop loss I'm using is 30 pips. And the currency pair is Euro against USD. Now, what this calculate, you just simply press calculate. What this calculator now simply does is simply tells you what lot size you should be simply using. So it tells you the amount you should risk is 20 US dollar. It simply tells you the standard lot size you should use is 0.06 is what you should be entering total. So you can decide to split that up between your take profits, etc., etc. So again, it's a really, really cool tool to have. So again, they're designed to help you risk manage and so on and so forth. So ladies and gentlemen, that's a little about our Arise Hub app. It's a very, very cool app to really have and to take advantage of Arise Hub. So ladies and gents, that's a little bit about our Arise Hub app. What I want to do, I want to go back to sharing my screen. And what I'd like to do is I want you to hear from some of the experts behind our strategies. The first individual that I want to introduce you to is an individual by the name of Marcus. Marcus is one of our educators, and he's the gentleman who's behind the strategy Takeoff. Again, he used to be a commercial airline pilot before he decided to get involved in the foreign exchange markets and especially become an expert in that field. But here's what's amazing about Marcus is really his historical results in Takeoff has been absolutely incredible. In fact, I'll just share something with you. If you take a look at Marcus, his last 3 months of results, last 3 months, he's done 5,050 pips in the last 3 months and lost 1,200 pips, right? Over 75 trades won, 127 trades sent. Because of his risk to reward being very, very good, he's hit a win percentage of 80%. But not just that, because that's Takeoff. Because Marcus and Nestor Pippin, they also do Daily Bread together. And in the last 3 months in Daily Bread, combined, they have achieved 86% win ratio on Daily Bread every single day for our community members, winning 108 trades, only losing 40 from 148 total trades being sent. So what I'd like to do at this moment, I want to throw the call over to Marcus James so you can all get to hear from Marcus. He's going to briefly explain what Takeoff is, what he does in his strategy, and some of the confluences that he looks for in his trading strategy. So Marcus, I'm going to throw the call over to you, buddy. Over to you. Take it away from here. So Marcus, the call is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Ahmed. Hello, guys. Hello, everybody. How are you? How's everything?
Guys, everyone can just put a emoji. So Marcus, we don't have chat.
Okay. I see the chat, but I saw the emojis. Okay, thank you, guys, for that heart and all things that you are sending to me. And I'm really very, very excited to be here and have this communication with you. It is something different than our all days Daily Bread classes. So I really never speak in class something about different the market. And today, Mr. Ahmed say you, I was working as a commercial pilot. But I found on the Forex a different experience for doing something different in my life. I'm father of 2 kids, one boy and one daughter. So I really want to pass time with them. I really spend a lot of time out of my house, out of my home, because I was working every time. Every week I go out of my home. So I find the Forex, and I really be a passionate because it's easy do something different in home. It's really easy, but not is simple but not easy. Sorry, it's simple but not easy. The most difficult to dominate in the Forex, and the key today I just want to share you one thing. Is the most important key for the trading. It's not the magical strategy. No, don't follow, please don't follow. If you now are looking for the perfect strategy, the magical strategy, please stop. The most important on the trading is follow the management of your account. Okay, is the most important. If you can do it a good manage, you are really a good trader. Okay, if you have even if you have bad trades, if you dominate your trading manage, you can do a good profit at the end of the month. Okay, so please don't stop finding the magical strategy. That's not works. The only thing that works in the forex is a good managed system. Okay, if you have a really good manage, you can do too much things in the forex. Okay, for example, guys, let me share my screen just for 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes. Okay, all time on my strategy, for example, on the takeoff strategy, you only see something about 20 pips or maximum 30 pips. A stop loss is my strategy. Okay, it's possible you can find something with less or more pips on the stop loss. Okay, but the principal factor to have a good manage, if you have, for example, 10 pips stop loss, you use 10 pips on the first TP. Okay, that means if you lose 10, you can win 10. Okay, so because it's difficult maintain a good manage when you, for example, lose 30 pips but just win 10 pips. Okay, so if you do on this way, if you lose 2 trades, you lose 60 pips, right? What means that you need to win 6 trades to recovery that 60 pips. Okay, so it's the most important. The key on the successful on the trading is the manage, is the importance. For example, if I lose one trade, yesterday, no, the Wednesday, Tuesday, I lose 30 pips, right? But today we won more than 100 pips in one trade. So that is no problem. We can recover the 30 pips and win 70 more with one trade. Different situation when you lose one trade, you lose 30 pips and or 60 pips, and you need 6 or more trades to recover that 60 pips. Okay, let me know, guys. It makes sense. Please put a heart on the chat box. And guys, thank you. I saw that a lot of hearts. Okay, guys. So is the most important. Okay, the manage. No, the importance is not the strategy. You can do different strategies, different pips, and the stop loss, different pips for the take profit. But the most important is maintain your managed account. Okay, so the last one phrase to you that I want to say you is, guys, please keep it simple. Keep it simple. When you start to do maybe the perfect strategy, you can put a lot of indicators on your trading view, and you have confused. Please keep it simple, and is a good strategy. Okay, thank you so much. And thank you, Mr. Ahmed, for this call. And guys, I appreciate you. And I really, really love when you say me, when you show me your results. And I at this moment, really, I love to do trading. I like to win money. But I really feel very better when I saw you are winning with me. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, Marcus. Guys, I think Marcus is just an incredible individual. I'm sure you all just feel it when he speaks. So thank you so much, Marcus. Really appreciate everything that you bring to Arise Hub. And again, if you get involved with Arise Hub and you go for the Arise Hub webinars and application, you'll be able to have Marcus as your mentor. And literally, you can join his webinars from your members area in Arise Hub. And you can actually see his Zooms, go in, ask him questions, and get more insight and so on and so forth into the takeoff strategy. Now I want to move on to the next individual, and this individual goes by the name of Gunjan. Gunjan is our educator, and he is the brains behind the strategy Goldmine. That's what he really focuses on the most. And again, his results have been absolutely mind-blowing, to say the least. In fact, the last 3 months, Gunjan has had an 88% win ratio with 112 trades sent, 97 trades won, only 15 trades lost, 5,602 pips won, and 837 pips has been his total loss. And again, Gunjan, he's someone that brings a lot of value to Arise Hub. So ladies and gents, what I would want to do is I want to throw the call over to the man behind Goldmine, and that is Gunjan. Gunjan, over to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, Ahmed. You know what, guys? I'm so excited to be here, to meeting you all and sharing what we do. Let me give you a bit of my background. I'm not from the trading world before. I'm not from the financial industry, or I'm not an economist. I actually come from a television industry. I used to be a producer, director. I came into this trading world, you won't believe from where, is the Arise Academy itself. I got introduced and straight away something just clicked. Wow, this is phenomenal. What is this world? And I got so intrigued. And what happened when the pandemic hit? I started spending 7 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours learning trading, practicing trading. And I told my wife, I think probably you hate me now, but give me a year, you love me. And she said, okay, I trust you. And literally that's how I started trading. Initially, I looked at all the currencies. I looked at the NASDAQ markets and the indices market, the commodities market. I just resonated myself with gold. Why? Because gold has been in human commerce for 2,500 years. And it has been in use and fascination of people for multiple years. But gold was traded very minimally during the 80s and 90s. But during the 2000s, actually it started surging, the trading started taking place. And especially in 2008, when the big financial crunch came, and that's when actually gold started booming and a lot of people came into the trading world, trading gold. And today, we see an all-time high price, right? That's where gold is. It's a very exciting product. It got to be a little crazy just to focus on this volatile market. But hey, craziness brings profits, right? So this is where I do. I'll quickly share what I do. Like such a simple strategy I teach people and kind of I use. Let me quickly share my screen and it'll make sense to you. Right now, let me see if I can share that screen. Yes, I can. Say, for example, here is your trading chart, right? Now, this is trading view. This is where you can see all the gold prices. Here's gold, XAUUSD. Now, these are the 6 simple steps anyone can use and start trading. One is trend line. That's the first thing, right? How do you draw trend line? Just draw trend lines, correct? So just use your line and you draw trend lines, for example. So that's one thing you can use with the tool quickly. Second is support and resistance. Just draw supports and resistance everywhere, right? Wherever you can see price rejects and bounces from simple, you can do it, right? For example. So now what this gives you, just by doing two things, it gives you a range. So you can see gold is within this range for now. But you must have heard that there's a saying, everything that goes up must come down. Everything that comes down must go up, right? If you don't believe that, you should try trading, okay? You'll see this. So everything's within a range. Now, the whole concept is understanding when to enter, when to exit. That's all you have to master in the trading world, right? And how do you do? Just draw Fibonacci. Fibonacci is one tool that most traders in this world use, just drawing the Fibonacci like this, right? And it gives you a different brackets of price movement. Then all you do is say wherever you want to enter, all you are doing is say you want to go for a sell. You're doing the measuring tool. You see, this is going to be my stop loss, and my risk to reward would be probably here. And you can take a trade. Use the EMA, like moving average and MACD. Few tools, and that's all you need to understand how movement takes place. And that's how we all kind of start trading. Now, trading, all you need is few key things. One is first find out who you are, because your personality is going to play a big part in how you trade. Every individual is different, and their behaviors are different, and they will trade differently. One person can be in profit, and the same guy with the same trade can be in loss as well. Like Marcus said, understanding risk to reward and when to stay and when to come out, you got to manage your account. Secondly, identify do you have enough patience or you don't. And thirdly, fear. Fear is something that stops people from doing anything. You got to step out of your comfort zone and dive into the world and overcome your own fear. Because if you keep fearing, nothing will change. And you got to take control of your fear, because fear is something that most people lose money for the reason. And if you can control your fear and more focus on risk management, on trusting your knowledge, you will be a winner. That's all I need to say. It's an amazing world. All you have to do is focus. You won't be a good trader in one day. It's a process. It takes time. You have to devote yourself in learning as many things as you can. And as we all say in sports or in anything, practice, practice, practice. And when you practice more, everything stays here. You'll trust, and you'll be successful. So that's all I have to say.
Thank you so much, Gunjan. And it's amazing, because the amount of students that have reached out to me, just saying, hey, look, we've plugged into the webinars, and right now we're able to trade on our own. Can you imagine just learning this skill? And no matter where you are around the world, you can just pop open a laptop or your mobile phone, connect to the internet, and there you are. You can trade for yourself. And the amount of people that have said, man, I've been to Gunjan's webinars, I've been to Marcus's webinars, and I've been to, Nestor Pippin's webinars, and I'm just able to just have so much clarity. I can trade for myself and just work from anywhere around the world. It's unbelievable. So ladies and gents, you've got to make sure that you plug in to their webinars so you can actually learn from these individuals directly. Now, last but not least, the individual I want to introduce to you finally tonight is Nestor Pippin. I call him our African stallion, right? Our African stallion. This individual is just unbelievable. In fact, I'll share something with you, because Nestor Pippin, he's the type of person that will get you in and out within seconds, and sometimes I wish my barber that cuts my hair was like that. Just gets me in and out straight away. I wish, I had that kind of barber. Like Nestor Pippin is that kind of person. He's the type of person which, staying in the trade long term is not his style. He wants to be in and out. In fact, I'll share something with you. He leads something which is called non-farm payroll trading, NFP trading. Over the last 30 months, his results in NFP has been 2,911 pips won and only 255 pips lost. You know, people that attend his NFP webinars have just given us great feedback. Yes, he does lose some months, but majority he wins. And 30 months of track record, man, that says a lot. That's almost coming up to 3 years of NFP trading. You know, as I mentioned earlier, between him and Marcus on Daily Bread, over the last 3 months, they've sent 148 trades, which 108 trades won and 40 only lost, an 86% win ratio. So Nestor Pippin is someone that we really value in Arise Hub, and we're excited to have him, you know, as part of our, you know, educators community. So Nestor Pippin, I'm going to throw the call over to you. I know he's currently in Africa. I'm not sure how his network's going to be. Being from Africa myself, I know the challenges with network out there. So Nestor, I'm going to throw over to you.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. Please drop some heart emojis in there if you can hear me loud and clear. And let's confirm the network like what Mr. Ahmed said, right?
You're good. You're good. We can hear you and we can see you.
Awesome. All right, so I'm glad you can actually get the heart emojis and everything. So yes, I was born in originally a country called Ghana, right? I went to Ukraine, live my mini childhood life in Ghana, then left to Ukraine, then my adulthood life in Ukraine, learned Ukrainian, Russian as well. And then my background actually, like what Mr. Gunjan said, is not trading, right? Not financial, not those stuff. Actually, I have a medical background, so that's what I went to Ukraine to go do as well. I went with my brother. We went there. We stayed there quite a while, right? And then we stumbled on trading. So if you are an African, just like what Mr. Gunjan said, Mr. Marcus said, you see, they fell into the idea as well. And then as soon as they heard about trading, they jumped in. But if you're an African like me, like I said, not every African, but an African like me, we are a little bit skeptical when it comes to these things, right? Especially when it comes to the digital world and all those things. Drop a hat if you are like me. When we hear this stuff, it's either we are thinking of it being a scam or seeing is believing. We have to see the money before we jump in. You know what I'm talking about? So when I heard this about trading, I just jump in right away. Like, you know, all the stories we have been hearing. No, I actually needed to see money in my pocket before I believed it, right? And that is what I did, actually. So my first experience is not like most traders that, you know, we jump into trading and we just lose or something. When I jumped into trading, I first invested $100. I mean, that was everything that I had, if I'm being honest, right? Nothing else. And it was a risk I took, but hey, I just tried to take it. With those of you that have done that on my NFP course, you've seen some of the results, right? Now, I did that. I also copied my mentor. Blindly, I didn't know what was going on. I went, if you've seen on the reels, full margin, right? I went full margin on the trade. So at that time, now I think the brokers are trying to protect themselves. So they've seen that most people are getting strategies to win more than lose. So they are kind of like making leverage and everything to make sure it balances out. They also make money, you also make money, kind of. But at that time, if you have $100, you can go like 1.5, 2.00, right? I'm talking about like 2015, 2016, thereabout. You could actually go higher with bigger lot size. Now, I don't think you can with a smaller account. So that is what happened, actually, right? So I did jump in blindly. Good. Fortunately for me, it went 80 pips that day, right? He was also a scalper, my mentor, super scalper. And I made $800 on that account. Now, that's, again, if you are like me, it's only numbers, right? You need to withdraw to make sure this money is on your account. So I did that withdrew the whole thing. Actually, I think I might have over-withdrawn so that I would see negative in my account. I made sure nothing is in the account, right? So I withdrew the whole thing and then made sure it came into my wallet, then dropped it over there as well in front of my table. So as soon as I did that, I realized, okay, this is real. So I actually told those of the people close to me at that time that this is where I'm going to be a millionaire. Actually, at that time, I said this is where I wanted to be a billionaire from. That is what I told them at the stage. Now it changed to millionaire because I found it more of helping people than actually, you know, trying to get a whole lot of money and not really doing a lot of stuff. So mine now it's changed more into impacting than more of, you know, achieving all the money in the world because, hey, we have the rich people in there and they couldn't even keep their wives and stuff, right? So at the end of the day, having a family and having friends in there is what is the most important thing. So the whole idea shifted from that target to being there. Now I'm going to share my screen and show you how I do it. Just like what my fellow colleagues told you guys about. It's all about keeping it simple, right? KISS, right? So keeping it simple and short is how we all trade. So you've seen it. You see Mr. Marcus, Mr. Gonjan, phenomenal traders, and that is how they trade. They trade simple. Same thing with mine as well. I just follow the trend, right? So if you've been with me, you know that I am more of a trend follower. So when I come on the charts, it's something very simple. I just use pure price action, right? I just use pure price action, find out where the price is going at that particular moment. So we have a big shift over here, but if we go on the bigger time frame, before I start the scalping, we could see that gold has been on a bull run up, right? So now we know that the bulls are more stronger than the bears over there. So what I usually basically just do is come on the lower time frame, like on the 1 hour like this, find out what it's doing, and then we could clearly see that at this point it is being consolidating at this point over here, right? Ignore this zone. I drew it for something that I was teaching. So yeah, so you can see that over here it's being consolidating over here. So we are in a range market now, right, on gold, as you can see. But as scalpers, we see opportunity all the time when it comes to, you know, ranging market and a whole lot of stuff. Now, when it comes to the way I trade, even though this is overall uptrend as we do see, it got broken by this massive drawdown over here. And that was a news event that happened today, by the way. And that is what affected the market. But news events, as I always say, only takes the market to where it has to go. In a situation where it does not take it to that direction, then it will actually eventually correct itself back, right, to where it eventually has to go. And that is what has happened over here. So you can see this is clearly in an uptrend. Price did the first touch over here, the next touch. I use trend lines and then support and resistance as well, just like what Mr. Gunjan also said, is what I basically use. So price is going up. I just try to, you know, jump in at the right time when it is going. And what I do is I wait for a pinnacle to get broken. So when I say a pinnacle to get broken, basically, I'm waiting for this whole mini downtrend, because if you go on the 1 minute, it's going to be an overall downtrend for you. That is why I call it mini downtrend. You see it? Overall downtrend coming, right? So on the 15 minutes, what I have to do with the pinnacle break is to wait for the downtrend to reach its pinnacle. And once it's broken this pinnacle, we jump in the trade and then boom, right? So you can see this one got broken by the body over here. Then I jump in a buy, right, at this spot. So I'm delete this so that I don't confuse you. Then I jump in a buy at this spot. Forget about I'm using 1:1 over here, which I always advise the beginners to mostly do, right? So from there you can see that price shoots up right after the once the pinnacle gets broken. So I usually go with the best strategy in the world is actually you following the trend, right? Everything that goes on in the world is basically strategies that we've learned and all that. There are big boys in this market. So we as retail investors, what we do is try to follow what the big boys do. So I always tell my students, don't be a magician, right? Don't try to predict the market or try to say the market is going to go 300 pips, 1,000 pips from this, my strategy. And because my strategy says so, price is going to hit there no matter what, right? And I always tell people, calm down. You have $100 and $10 in your bank account, please. You are not going to predict the market to go there, right? With those moving $1 million account and $1 billion account. You are not going to tell them to move the market there. No, you have to wait and then let the billionaires tells you that, oh, I'm going up. Then you're like, oh, okay, the billionaire is going up. Let me join them. That is what you have to do, guys. So you have to just follow the trend and then you'll be on the right path. You don't have to tell them that you go and imagine me telling Warren Buffett to go on a short of maybe gold, right? Whilst he's the one controlling that short. It's going to be funny to him. You understand where I'm coming from? You get where I'm coming from. So that is what I do. That is how I trade, right? And then one last strategy I teach my beginners is also very simple, right? When they are new, my main goal is for them to just see profits, right? Just see profits. And then I just let them add these indicators on the screen, web strings, 200 moving average. And what they basically do is also very simple. As soon as it crosses all the purple line, so you see the purple line over here. So I'm going to just hide the 200 moving average. If you want to learn, you come on over there. As soon as it crosses the purple line like this, you go in a buy, you only target 20 pips, right? and then you make your stop loss 20 pips as well. So it's kind of like a 1:1, right? So your win rate just needs to be high, and then you're good. Like what Mr. Marcus also said, trading is more about risk management and everything, right? So you can see 20 pips, price shoots up over there. You hit your 20 pips, take profit. If you want, like someone say, but next it keeps going, how do I catch it? Simple. Just wait for it to come into the zone, like you see over here, the green and the purple. Let it come in between, and then you can catch another entry if it comes outside, like the green over here, right? So I clone it, and then you got another green at this point, and then you hit it. So I give them all these rules. If you hit 2 stop losses in a row, then I tell them what? Just stop trading for the day. 3, maybe the session. Then 3 stop loss in a row the whole day. That means it's not your day. It's not your day, right? So you just have to stop. Now, one last thing I would like to tell those of us on the call today, if you are new, trading is your time. I know you've seen maybe some people post losses. You've heard some people talk about it and stuff. I will just tell you that when it comes to trading, like what Mr. Ahmed said, I'm not a patient person, right? So I'm not going to swing. I'm not someone who will hold a trade for a whole week, a whole month, right? And then be able to get it. I would like to get that 100 pips or that number of pips fast, and then I'm out of the market. So for the new people, I would just advise you before I end, when you come on the call, is don't take it as if you are taking losses when it comes to trading. You've heard a lot of traders talk about treat it as a business, right? So this is just a small analogy. I'm going to leave it for you before I leave. Now, you know, in any business, you can only estimate and anticipate, but you can't tell the real force, right? Or the real results that will come in. So guess what? When you go to maybe the casino, or when you open your business and then people are buying maybe $400 of your whole shop, let's say you are a supermarket, you own it, people come in, they spend only $400, you make $400 that day. Now you estimated how much you can make, but you couldn't actually predict that you're going to be making $400 a day from the shop, right? Now, not to talk about renting and all those things. So you could see that at the end of the day, you have expenses in your business, right? So for the new people coming in, this is the whole key I want you to take home. Street trading losses as the expenses you give in the market. Because if your win rate is good, at the end of the day, you will be profitable, right? So when you lose, take it as if it's the expenses. Take it as if you've paid a light bill, right? You've paid your dues, you've paid your taxes, you've paid all those things. Now, when the wins come in, that is where you start getting your profits. Does it make sense? So make sure that the losses you make are your expenses, and then the wins are your profits at the end of the day. And you would have a good mindset when you are trading all the time. Now, with that being said, that will be all from my side. Thank you very much, Mr. Ahmed, and my fellow traders on the call as well. Really appreciate you all and everyone, and have a good day.
Nestor, thank you so much for such a wonderful breakdown, summary, and what it is that you do and how you do it. It was very, very insightful, to say the least, to hear it. So, ladies and gents, to wrap things up in our Arise Hub virtual webinar event, there's a few things I want to just briefly announce before we conclude. Number one, our new Arise Hub website is now live, all right? And it's absolutely incredible. In fact, if you go onto ariseacademy.live, you will actually see it right now. So in fact, I'll just share my screen. I'll just show you because I've got it up, but this is the way that it looks. You can see it's a very, very clean new look and feel. And again, you can see all our ecosystem, the different strategies we have to get started. You want to find out more, whatever package you want to go on, if it's apps or webinars only. There is some of our community members that said, hey, sometimes people click app only and they want to add webinars. Well, how can they do it? I'll just show you. If you click on app only, you can see right here, it says add webinars to your package. So they can actually add that to their price, and it straight away gives them that ability. And it also shows you everything that you get with your subscription. What you can also do is you can log in, and in your login, I'm going to try log in if I actually remember my credentials. Hopefully this works. Okay. Let me try to get some other credentials that I might have. Let me just see. Hopefully this one works. Okay. let me just stop sharing my screen and let me try get some credentials that actually work. I don't want to be sharing my screen and you guys seeing 101 credentials that I'm just trying to use. So one of them will work. I can guarantee you that much. So let me try going to this one here. I'm in. Okay, perfect. I'm in. So I'll just give you an example. Once you log in, this is the way that it will look. You can see online academy, account, payment information, and so on and so forth. And once you click on online academy, you have all the education that you can need. And again, this is an only app only subscription. Unfortunately, I don't have the apps and webinar subscription to show you, but if you have that, you will actually see the webinars calendar. Okay, so you can actually click on the calendar, go live, and the list goes on. So it's pretty cool. There's a new look and feel. So go on the new website, check it out for yourself. And just take a look at it. It's very clean and slick. What we're also going to be doing, just so you're all aware, we are going to be adding a light version as well. This is the dark version, like nighttime version kind of thing. We're going to also be adding a light version in the next week or so, and that will allow the website to now turn into white color if you're not a person that likes dark websites. So again, that's live. Take a look at it, go check it out. It's pretty awesome. Okay, so the new website is now live. Now, the other thing I also want to mention, which is absolutely awesome, ladies and gents, is we are launching a brand new strategy. So where we have Goldmine, where we have Swift, where we have Takeoff, where we have Pinnacle, where we have Daily Bread, we are also adding a new strategy. So here it goes. This is the new Arise Hub strategy, which we are really excited about. It is called Volt. Okay, what is Volt? Volt is our brand new strategy, ladies and gentlemen, and Volt is going to be pure news trading. So for those of you that like to trade news, this will be news trading. So anything which is a red folder news, we will be doing live trading on Volt. And again, the person that's going to be leading this is Nestor Pippin. But I also know Gunjan also loves to trade news. So probably him and Nestor Pippin will probably do a collaboration in Volt and just kind of make some magic happen. But Nestor Pippin will be kicking off Volt. Initially, he'll be overseeing and running Volt. But we're going to be doing red folder news trading nearly every day, because nearly every day there's a red folder news. Okay, red folder just simply means major news. Now, so that's what Volt's going to be around. It's going to be all around news trading. So again, there are different types of news trading. There is minor news trading, and then there is major news trading such as NFP, CPI, and FOMC. So only red folder news will be traded. We will be using US dollar pair only. Okay, so we'll be trading only US dollar pair on red folder news. So again, that's going to be going live next week, I believe it is. We're going to send communications on our Telegram channel. Make sure that you are in our Telegram channel. We've posted it on the chat. Just click the link, join our Telegram channel so you can get all the update, latest news and information. On the mobile application, ladies and gentlemen, Volt webinars will be announced on the app when we're about to go live. We'll be sending the schedule very shortly on our Telegram channel. So it's going live next week. We're going to be trading red folder news, and it's going to be amazing. My advice to every single one of you who are trading Volt is have one account. We only have one take profit, one stop loss. On the account, if you trade red folder over and over again, you're going to either be able to grow the account or you're going to simply not grow the account. But it's a great way. Just use one account just for Volt only. And the results that we get at the end of the month trading red folder is the results that you would be getting as well. So Volt's going to be going live next week. We're going to be announcing the schedule very shortly on our Arise Hub Telegram channel. Now, the next Arise Hub Join the Revolution webinar is going to be on Thursday, the 29th of August, same time as today. So 2 weeks from now, every fortnight, we are going to be doing Arise Hub Join the Revolution calls. So you have an opportunity, not only for you can get involved with us today, ladies and gentlemen, but when you get involved with us today, once you love what you see and you've been using the products for the next 2 weeks, do you know what you can do on the next call? You can invite other people to join the revolution, other people to see what you've seen today and witness what you've witnessed. So make sure, everyone, that you have joined our Telegram channel so you can stay up to date with all the latest news and information with Arise Hub. We thank each and every single one of you for your time. This webinar will be made live in the next few days on our YouTube channel. So we appreciate every single one of you joining us today. And we will see you again on our next Arise Hub call, which is going to take place on Thursday, the 29th of August. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone. We look forward to welcoming you in our community. We look forward to seeing you on our webinars, and we look forward to witnessing your results in Arise Hub.